Oh man, this should be a good one today. This should be fun. We got a millennial woman who says millennial women are the blueprint and the men hate it. Before we get into this video, guys, take a second to make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel. I had a lot of you in the last 48 hours reach out saying that you've been mysteriously removed, or I've been mysteriously removed, I should say. You guys were unsubscribed. So I don't know if it's accidental because YouTube's trying to clean up fake accounts and stuff, or if it's something nefarious. But nonetheless, take a second to make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel because a lot of you apparently were mysteriously unsubscribed and you had to resubscribe. So without further ado, let's get into this lovely millennial gal who explains to us how and why women are so elevated and us men just, we can't handle it.
I'm going to try to say this without screaming, okay? We are the first generation that get to live like this. As a woman, we are the first generation of women that are not oppressed by men.
No, stop. We're off to a terrible start. You're being ridiculous, my dear.
And look at what they're doing to that. Just think about it, ladies. We are the first generation of women that do not need men for our bank accounts. We are allowed to vote, okay?
Unfortunately, sorry ladies, but unfortunately, she's right. Take a look around. Look at the way they vote. Unfortunately, she's right.
Okay? We are allowed to have jobs. Like, think about that. Look at education. Look at the rate of which women are graduating. There are more women graduating college that have a higher level of education than men.
Again, that means nothing. Nobody cares. In fact, it's like widely accepted that our education system is a joke. Not to mention you're getting worthless degrees. Worthless degrees. We know what you're really doing in college. We already know. That's why nobody wants you.
And guess what's happening? They are terrified. They are terrified. They're like, rein it back, rein it back. We can't give these women that much power. We have had 55 years of basic human rights as women where our husbands were not allowed to oppress us. And what are women trying to do with that? What are women deciding to do? Because now our brains are starting to like, you know?
Oh, we know. We know. We can tell. We can look you right in the eyes and we can tell your brain is doing something.
Develop a little bit. Being like, actually, I don't think I want children.
I know you don't. Of course you don't want children because you think that this free ride is going to go on forever. You think that you're entitled, endless validation and attention and admiration and desire. You think that ride never ends. You think that ride never ends. You're intoxicated with narcissism. You're intoxicated with self-importance. You're intoxicated with the main character syndrome that you have. And you just think it never ends. You get whatever you want from whoever you want, whyever you want. Well, enjoy it.
Actually, a husband sounds like slavery, you know? Actually, dating a man sounds like torture. Think about it. Think about it. We are the first generation of women that are able to live a lifestyle in which we get to decide what we want to do. We get to decide if we want to have children or not. We get to decide if we want to associate with men or not. We get to decide if we want to buy a house with our best girlfriends. Because we are afforded that luxury. We can pay our own bills. We have a higher level of education. We can cook. We can clean. We can...
No, you can't. I'll stop you right there. You cannot. Not a goddamn one of you can cook or clean anymore. You couldn't cook top ramen if your life depended on it. You know how many girls I've dated in the last 10 years that come to my place before I go to their place maybe. And they always say something like, wow, this place is clean. Over and over again. They're perplexed at how clean my place is. Automatically, I'm thinking, man, that's a red flag. This girl's a pig. That's a red flag. You know how many of these women I've dated that, like I said, couldn't make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if their life depended on it? Give me a break with that shit. You can't cook or clean. You know damn well you can't cook or clean. That's why no man will commit to you.
And travel, and we don't have to feel like this impending doom of a dark cloud that is men. You know? Crazy! What are we doing with that type of power? We're opting out of slavery by men.
My God.
That's what's happening. And it is actually so fucking cool to see that. Ooh, there's UPS driver.
Let me tell you guys something. A couple things I want to touch on. A couple things. For starters, she brought up going to school, making money, and this and that. I've said this in other videos. Do you guys think for 1 second, these women, let me go back there. Do you guys think for 1 second, this girl works harder and contributes more to society than the average man? Oh, wait. I'm being serious. Not a damn chance she does. Not a snowball's chance in hell she does. I'm not trying to be mean. That's the truth. You think the average woman contributes more, builds more, sustains more than the average man? Hell no, they don't. Again, that's not meant to be mean. That's just the truth. So why are we letting people sit here and preach like this from their high horse as if they've earned so much? Get out of here with that bullshit. I'm tired of hearing it. Talks about committing to a man, compares it to slavery. My God, man. Where's your father? Do you even have a father? You know who he is? And something else I want to talk about. Over and over again, I see terrible men on Instagram acting horribly, stealing some woman's purse, or putting his hands on her, doing something awful. And you see all these comments from women like this that say, look at all those men standing around. Where's all the men? What happened to men? They don't want to hear your shit anymore. They're not coming to save you anymore. They hear this and they see this over and over and over, telling them how they're not good enough. They're not this enough. They're not that enough. They hear that. They see that. And they're done. They're tired of it. They're tired of it. They're not going to do all the work with none of the rewards. It's not going to happen anymore. They're not going to go out of their way to be this protector, to be this white knight when they get no respect, not even a thank you. They get nothing. They get nothing but being belittled, disrespected, and under, if at all, appreciated. So keep it up. Like I said, you're just a pretty young lady that's got the world at her fingertips because we have no shortage of simps and white knights. They're everywhere. No shortage of them. They're always going to tell you how beautiful you are. They're always going to endlessly validate you. They're going to buy you things. They're going to kiss your feet. They're going to do all of that. They're going to always do that. Until they don't. Until the ride ends. Until there's a new batch of hotties coming in. See you later, hag. And then when this woman hits the wall, after she hits the wall, let's see the videos she starts posting after she hits the wall. Hey, lovely lady, let's see the videos you start posting after the inevitable undefeated wall comes. The wall is undefeated. And then, my dear, you will be singing a much different tune. You're going to be begging men to marry you. You're going to be begging men to commit to you. You're going to wish you had kids on those lonely, depressed mornings and those lonely, depressed nights when you got nobody around on Thanksgiving or Christmas. You got nobody to tell you that they love you. Once all the simps disappear, it's a real ugly, ugly road. Just wanted to get that off my chest because I thought this one was funny. Hope you guys had a little fun there. It got a little dark towards the end, but we had fun, didn't we? Like the video, guys, if you did like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And again, if you were subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed. Until next time, guys, I'm going to leave you the same way that I always try to leave you. Take your vitamins. For the love of God, hit the gym. Please hit the gym to always stay improving. Also, shameless plug, if you want to talk one-on-one, I do have the one-on-one phone number in the description. It's a pay-per-minute service. If you got the money, awesome. If not, don't waste the money. 206-823-1717. God bless. Be well. I'm out.